Hey there. Have you ever thought your life was stuck in a routine and then something or someone came along to shake everything up? That's what happened to me. Life had been quiet, predictable even, until my neighbor stepped into the picture. What followed was unexpected, thrilling, and a reminder that it's never too late to feel truly alive. Before we dive in, if you love stories about life's surprises and a touch of romance, please hit like and subscribe. Your support keeps these stories coming. At 47, I thought I had my life figured out. My days were a rotation of work, errands, and quiet evenings at home. I didn't mind the solitude, not really, but sometimes, in the stillness of the night, I'd find myself longing for the version of me I used to be, the wild, untamed woman who chased adventure and lived with her heart wide open. When Liam moved in next door, I didn't think much of it at first. He was young, 25 at most, with a magnetic energy that seemed to draw people to him. We exchanged polite greetings at first, the occasional wave as he carried groceries or worked on his car. The first real conversation happened on a crisp fall afternoon. I was struggling to carry a heavy bag of soil to my garden when he appeared out of nowhere. "Need a hand?" he asked, flashing that easy, boyish grin. "I wouldn't say no," I replied, slightly embarrassed at my struggle. He lifted the bag effortlessly, carrying it to the garden bed. As we worked side by side, we started talking. He told me about his new job, his love for old movies, and his dream of traveling the world. I found myself smiling more than I had in weeks. Liam started stopping by more often after that. Sometimes it was under the guise of helping me with a chore, a squeaky door hinge, a broken light bulb. Other times, it was just a chat. One evening, he brought over a pie he'd baked. "I made too much," he said with a shrug, though the way his eyes lingered on me suggested otherwise. We sat on my porch, sharing slices of pie as the sun dipped below the horizon. The conversation flowed easily, laughter punctuating the quiet hum of the neighborhood. "You have a beautiful laugh," he said at one point, his tone softer, more serious. I felt a warmth rise in me, one I hadn't felt in years. The turning point came one rainy evening. Liam had stopped by to return a book I'd lent him, and we ended up talking in the doorway. The rain poured down in sheets, creating a cocoon of intimacy around us. "Stay for dinner," I said impulsively. He hesitated for only a moment before nodding. "I'd like that." I cooked, while he kept me company, leaning against the counter as we talked about everything and nothing. There was an energy between us, a quiet tension that neither of us acknowledged but both felt. By the time we sat down to eat, the air was electric. His hand brushed mine as he passed the salt, and I felt a jolt that left me breathless. After dinner, we moved to the living room. The rain had slowed to a gentle drizzle, the sound a soothing backdrop to the crackle of the fireplace. "You're amazing, you know that?" Liam said, his voice low and sincere. I laughed softly, shaking my head. "You barely know me." "I know enough," he said, leaning closer. His hand found mine, his touch light but deliberate. Our eyes met, and in that moment something shifted. When his lips met mine, it was like the years melted away. His kiss was slow, deliberate, as though savoring every second. His hands cupped my face, his thumbs tracing delicate patterns along my cheeks. Each touch sent a shiver down my spine, awakening a part of me I thought I had forgotten. I felt his warmth through the fabric of his shirt, my fingers trailing down to the buttons. One by one, they slipped free, revealing the smooth expanse of his chest. His skin was warm beneath my fingertips, firm yet inviting, a contrast that left me breathless. "You're incredible," he murmured, his lips brushing against my jawline, then trailing softly to my neck. I leaned into him, my hands exploring the breadth of his shoulders and back, feeling the strength there. His arms encircled me, pulling me closer as though afraid to let go. The room seemed to shrink around us, the world outside fading into irrelevance. He slid the zipper of my dress down with an almost reverent care. The fabric slipped from my shoulders, pooling at my feet in a soft whisper. His gaze swept over me, a mixture of admiration and hunger that made my heart race. "You take my breath away," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. His hands explored the curve of my waist, his touch both gentle and assured. As his fingers traced delicate patterns along my back, I felt a warmth blooming in my chest, spreading through me like a wave. I reached for him, my hand slipping beneath the waistband of his jeans, feeling the taut muscles of his lower back. His breath hitched, a quiet sound that sent a thrill through me. Guiding me to the couch, he eased me down, his body following mine in a seamless motion. His lips found mine again, the kiss deepening as his hands continued their exploration. Every touch, every caress was a silent promise, a declaration of his desire and reverence. He kissed a path down my collarbone, his lips warm and insistent against my skin. My hands tangled in his hair, grounding myself in the intensity of the moment. As we came together, our bodies moved in perfect harmony, a dance that felt both instinctive and new. His touch was unhurried, his movements purposeful, as though he wanted to savor every second. My hands roamed freely, exploring the strength of his arms, the breadth of his chest, the smooth expanse of his back. The air around us seemed to hum with energy, a quiet intensity that made every sensation sharper, more vivid. The softness of his skin, the warmth of his breath, the way his body fit perfectly against mine, it all blurred together, leaving me breathless. His hands skimmed along my thighs, his touch firm yet tender, igniting a fire that spread through me in waves. Each kiss, each caress, built upon the last, creating a rhythm that was both thrilling and deeply satisfying. When we finally stilled, our breaths mingled in the quiet of the room. He held me close, his arms wrapped around me as though to shield me from the world. The warmth of his body against mine, the steady beat of his heart, felt like an anchor in the sea of emotions swirling within me. "You're incredible," he whispered again, his voice barely audible but filled with meaning. For a moment we stayed like that, wrapped in each other, the fire casting soft shadows on the walls. Morning sunlight filtered through the curtains, painting golden streaks across the room. I woke to the sound of his soft, steady breathing beside me. He lay on his back, one arm resting over his head, his features relaxed in peaceful slumber. For a moment, I just watched him, a quiet warmth spreading through me as I replayed the night before. He stirred, his eyes opening slowly. A lazy, boyish smile crept across his face. "Morning," he murmured, his voice rough with sleep. "Morning," I replied, unable to suppress a grin. We stayed like that for a moment, sharing the kind of easy silence that felt far more intimate than words. Eventually, he sat up, brushing a hand through his hair. "I should head out soon," he said, but his tone was reluctant. As he dressed, I walked him to the door. Before leaving, he turned to me, his eyes serious. "Last night, it meant something to me." I reached out to touch his arm, my smile soft. It did to me, too. With one last lingering look, he left, leaving behind the scent of him in the air and a sense of something new stirring inside me. Life has a way of surprising you when you least expect it. Liam reminded me that it's never too late to rediscover parts of yourself you thought were lost. Have you ever experienced a moment that reignited a spark in you? Share your story in the comments, and if you enjoy tales of life's unexpected adventures, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, beautiful souls.